Hi everybody, I hope your weekend was good. I am Alice, if I haven't met you before. Um, welcome to welcome to everyone, but welcome to all my students that I see regularly. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to start with just lighting my candle from the match books that have been on my bar for years, so let's see. Oh, Pebblewood Country Club. No idea. 616, I don't even know where that's from. Pebblewood, no idea. If anyone knows where Pebblewood is, let me know. Alright, so we're going to light our candle, and we're going to do a practice today, a mindful practice that's got a little bit of everything. Have some movement, we might work up a little bit of a sweat, we'll do a little bit of core, stretching, so try to get it all in today. All right, so just come to a comfortable place for a moment, close your eyes, feel that strong, solid, constant support to the earth beneath you. And just allow yourself to rest in that support a little more deeply. Close your eyes or stare at a single spot. And become aware of the flow of your breath. Noticing the gentle movement of breath through the body, the feeling of expansion and space on the inhalations, and noticing that sense of release, that softness as you exhale. Breathing in space, breathing away tension, holding, stress. So let's take just a few more breaths. And then when you're ready to move, do so, wiggling fingers and toes, maybe moving the head side to side a few times. And we are going to begin in our table position, our hands and knees. So making your way there, make sure that your knees are comfortable. If you need to pad them with a blanket, go right ahead. Once you come to table, notice your foundation, spread your fingers wide. And notice your fingers, the tips of your fingers. Look to see that the middle fingers are facing the front of the mat. The pinky fingers are reaching out towards the outer edges, and your thumbs are reaching towards one another. Once you get here, begin to move through your cat-cow combination. And we're going to move with each breath here. So as you inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, pull the chest forward, let the gaze lift. And then as you exhale, tailbone curls under, you pull the navel in, round the spine, drop the crown of the head. So moving with your breath. Let's do one more round. So begin that round on an inhale, coming into your cow. That exhale, you'll curl up into the cat. On your next inhalation, come back to your neutral spine. Walk the knees back behind the hips so that you're a straight line between the knees and the crown of the head. And as you exhale, see if I have space here, we're going to bend the elbows back, slowly lower yourself down, take your time. Once you get to the mat, forehead touches, hands snuggle next to the rib cage, We'll inhale and lift the forehead, roll the shoulders back and down, squeeze the shoulder blades closer together. With an exhalation, let your forehead come back to the mat. We'll inhale ourselves back to that modified plank. Exhale into your child's pose. Let's do that 2 more times. So we inhale, modified plank. Exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, modified plank. Exhale, child's pose. So just one more on your own. Take your time. No need to rush. When you're in your child's pose, rest there. Focus on your breath. Now, all of us that have been practicing yoga for a while, and we kind of know the postures and we know to follow our breath, we have those tools to help us during this time of maybe uncertainty. Because the purpose of yoga is to steady the mind. So moving through our postures, using the physical body, using the breath, and even, meditation, of course, helps to steady the mind, but all of these are our tools. Those of you that are just kind of starting, this is a great time to start, to learn these practices, to learn these tools, to have them for the rest of your life. All right, how about one more breath? And then with an inhale, we'll make our way to that modified plank. So knees are back behind the hips. We'll curl the toes under, lift up into our downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet. So as you inhale, straighten both knees. Exhale, bend one knee. Let the opposite heel press down. Inhale, both knees straighten. Exhale, opposite. Knee bends, opposite heel presses down. Let's do that one more time to each side. Moving with your breath so you're not bouncing through it quickly. Being mindful. And then once both heels are pressing gently down towards the mat, let's take our feet out wide towards the edges. Come up really high on your toes, heels are lifted. Bend the knees and walk your hands back towards your feet. So we're coming to, it's kind of a squat here, a forward fold. Now, if your knees are comfortable in this position, we can go deeper into a squat. But if you're taking care of your knees, I would just stay right here. So taking the toes off your mat, heels on the mat, dropping the hips down, bringing the hands to the heart. So Malasana. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then press firmly into the mat with your feet. And as you inhale, lift the hips up, straightening the knees the best that you can. We're going to heel toe the feet hip distance apart. All 10 toes are facing forward. With an inhale, let's rise up halfway. Now, I've noticed in some of my videos, I do tell you to, in this position, Ardha Uttanasana, to let the top of your head reach forward towards the wall in front of you. And since my room is really narrow, sometimes I'm kind of like this, or like this. But I do want you to think of the head and the neck as an extension of the spine, and you just want to lengthen. So hopefully you're just listening and not watching my video as much. All right, so from here, let's bend the knees, gaze forward towards the front of the mat. Now we're going to walk our hands forward to come into a full plank, but you know you can always come to knees here. Now let the thighs lift up towards the hamstrings, navel towards spine, even the heart towards the shoulder blades. And let's come down onto the belly, but try to get your belly and heart to touch at the same time. So don't do one of these. Okay, and let's take it slow. So as you exhale, bend the elbows back, take your time, maybe even hover, and try to get the belly and heart to touch at the same time as we lift into our cobra. Release on an exhale. Inhale back to that plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more breath here. And then we'll gaze forward in between the hands. Let's step our right foot forward. We're going to drop the left heel to the mat and line up your right heel with the center of your arch. And as you inhale, rise up to your warrior two. So we want to have the right knee either stacked on top of the ankle, maybe a little bit behind the ankle, shoulders and hips stacked. And I'll move over here so you can see me. Reach actively back through your left fingertips. Reach forward with the right. And then let's drop the arms, bend the right elbow. Let that elbow rest on the thigh with the palm up. And extend the left arm over the ear. Reaching with those left fingertips, grounding the outer edge of your left foot for side angle. With an inhale, let's rise back up to our warrior two. And as you exhale, lower the arms. We'll inhale and straighten this right knee. Rotate all 10 toes towards the long edge of the mat. Bring hands to hips, elbows back. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, lead with the chin as you fold forward. Now you can place, if you've got a yoga block, you can place that underneath the hands just to lift, even if you have a blanket or something to lift the floor up. If it's comfortable to fold more deeply, go right ahead. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Then press firmly down into the mat with your feet. Bring hands to hips, elbows back. Inhale, rise all the way up. Let's bring weight into our right heel. Rotate our right toes towards the front of the mat. Bend the right knee. Come back onto the toes of your left foot. Hands to the mat. Downward facing dog. From here we can inhale to our plank. Exhale onto the belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. So upward dog, straight elbows. Make sure your shoulders aren't towards your ears. Let them come down away from the ears. And on an exhalation, downward facing dog. 2 more breaths here. And then we'll gaze forward in between the hands. Stepping the left foot forward this time, dropping the right heel, lining up left heel with the center of your right arch, windmilling the arms up to your warrior two. Again, I'll move so I'm facing you. Let there be a soft gaze over your left fingertips. Hips are sinking down. Pull the navel in. Let the rib cage and the crown of the head lift up towards the sky. On an exhalation, left elbow to thigh, right arm over the ear, palm down. Reach with the fingertips, ground the outer edge of your right foot. Choose a gaze that's comfortable on your neck. 1 more breath. And then as we inhale, we're back to warrior two. With an exhale, release the arms. Inhale that left knee straight. Rotate all 10 toes towards the long edge of the mat. Hands to hips, elbows back. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, lead with the chin as you fold. All right. So now I'm going to give you an option here. I want you to really take care of your knees. want you to look at your feet. All 10 toes are facing forward. Maybe you're a little pigeon-toed. So big toes would be closer than heels. And we're just going to start to bend one knee and straighten. So we'll move with the breath. Exhale as you bend the knee. Inhale as you straighten. Opposite knee, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Now this might be where you stay. Just bending and straightening your knees. Or the next time you bend your right knee, that heel will lift. You'll straighten the left knee, toes facing the ceiling. And then you'll inhale back to center. You'll exhale, bend the left knee, straighten the right. Inhale back to center, so just going back and forth here. Moving with your breath. So how about the next time you bend your left knee? That'll be your last one. Take your time, but once you come back to center, straighten both knees, forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then as we inhale, we'll come up about halfway. Bring hands to hips, elbows back. Let's rise all the way up. We'll bring weight back into that left heel. Rotate the left toes towards the front of the mat. Right heel moves back behind the toes. Bend the left knee. Come up on your back toes. Hands to the mat. Downward facing dog. Last time for our back bend sequence. So we inhale to our plank. And we exhale onto the belly. Our cobra, maybe our up dog, and our downward facing dog. Let's let both heels press down towards the earth. Lift the tailbone, sitting bones, pull the navel in. One more breath. And then on an inhalation, let's come onto knees. We'll exhale into our child's pose. Resting in child's pose, maybe stacking your arms if your forehead isn't comfortable. Relax the neck, the muscles of the face. Close your eyes. And just feel the support of the earth. Take a few breaths where you're breathing in through the nostrils, out through an open mouth, so you can exhale any tension, stress, holding. Just exhale it into the earth. We'll take 2 more breaths. Then place the hands beneath the shoulders. With an inhale, you'll press yourself up to seated. And here we'll extend our legs straight and just bounce your knees a little bit. And then let's energize the legs like we're standing on them. So flex your feet, press your calves down, press your thighs down. Bring your legs just as close together as you can. And ground down through your sitting bones. Reach up through the crown of the head. Keep your shoulders beneath your ears, so don't let them hunch forward. But we'll take the shoulders up towards the ears and roll them back and down. And then with an inhale, let's lift the arms up overhead. And I want you to imagine as you're moving into this forward bend that you're moving from your navel, not your head. So this is what I see so often in my classes. It's like, okay, we want to lead with the navel. So we keep the spine long, and you're just folding as far as you can. So if this is where you're folding with a straight spine, stay right there. As we inhale, we might be able to reach out through the crown of the head to find a little bit more length, and then maybe fold a little deeper, just maybe. Keep active legs, so feet are flexed, calves and thighs are pressing down. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And with an inhalation, gaze forward, rise all the way up. As you exhale, release your arms, bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the mat. We're going to work on core a little bit more here. So scooting the hips forward, keeping the spine long, shoulder blades pressing into the back, heart lifted. We're coming into Navasana, boat pose. You might stay right here, already feeling some engagement of the core. If you'd like to go deeper, maybe let go of the legs, or even lift one foot up at a time. Maybe you can lift both, but keep that heart lifted. Maybe you'll move towards straightening your knees. And let's take 2 more breaths here. Ooh, I'm shaking. All right, and with an exhalation, we'll release the feet down, scoot the hips forward. Let's come all the way down onto the back. And once you're there, hug the knees into the chest, rock side to side, maybe do some circles. And then we'll lower the feet down. And on an exhalation, just let the legs fall to the right, gentle twist. Now I don't have a lot of space, but if you can, extend this left arm straight back with the palm rotated up. If it's comfortable on your shoulder, gaze over your left shoulder and just feel how the breath can move into the left side of the body where there's more space. 2 more breaths. And then with an inhale, the knees come back up to center. You release your left arm. Exhale, the legs over to the left. That right arm can extend back if you can do it comfortably. Gaze over your right shoulder. And just notice the breath, the feeling of the right side of the ribs, even up into the armpit, you might feel some movement of breath. Two more breaths here. And with an inhalation, knees are back to center. That right arm is resting. You can stay here with knees bent if you've got some sensitivity in your low back today. If it's comfortable to extend the legs straight, go right ahead, coming into Shavasana. So making any adjustments here to get comfortable. Even using a little bit of a blanket underneath the back of the head for a pillow. Close your eyes or stare at a single spot. And just begin to notice the physical body, the comfort or maybe discomfort of the physical body. Make any of those adjustments that you need to. Without any judgment, noticing the state of your mind. It is what it is. No right or wrong. Notice your mood. And then come back to your breath. Noticing the gentle flow of breath through the body. The feeling of space and expansion of the inhalations. The softness, the release of the exhalations. And either stay here with your breath or just let the awareness of your breath fade away and just be here in this moment, present, relaxed, at peace. Giving yourself permission. And know that this is exactly where you should be at this moment. So giving yourself permission to be here in a body that's relaxed and a mind that's at peace. Begin to breathe just a little more deeply and actively. Take your arms overhead, reach back with your fingertips, point your toes at the same time, giving yourself this really nice, long, full body stretch. And then eventually bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Roll to one side, come to a fetal tuck position. Make a little pillow with your arm. Close your eyes and snuggle the knees in close towards the chest. As you inhale, use the strength of your arms to bring yourself all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Take your time. Let's keep the eyes closed just a little bit longer. Once you're there in that seated position, bring your hands together at your heart and take a moment to set an intention. Setting an intention for the rest of your day. Maybe you're doing this at night, setting an intention for the rest of your night or even tomorrow. And think about how you want to live that time, that precious gift. And may you take this feeling of peace and relaxation with you as you go out into the world. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. If there's anything you need as far as, something from your yoga practice, let me know. I'm open to all kinds of ideas. I'm planning on doing a meditation every week, so I don't know, might be tomorrow. We'll see. But let me know if there's anything you need. And to my students that I see regularly, I love you, I miss you, I will see you soon. Namaste.